I know not what the future holds, but I know who holds the future. People ask, what's the secret to my success? You can learn to make distinctions, to connect, to dig a little deeper. You'll begin to know your own heart and figure out what matters most when you can listen to the still, small voice. So that when I walk into a room just as cool as you please, and the fellas either stand or fall down on their knees. My great-great-grandfather, Constantine Winfrey, born an enslaved man and couldn't write or spell his name, the one nobody expected to be in the room at the table on the anchor desk, co-anchoring the news here in Nashville in 1975, walking into boardrooms in the 80s, negotiating deals to own my own show. Not just do the show, but to make as much money from it as they were going to make off of me. And at no time did I ever feel out of place or not enough or inadequate or an imposter. Do not let the world make an imposter syndrome out of you. And more importantly, I knew whose I was. And my job, just as your job is, to align with God's dream for you. God can dream a bigger dream for you than you could ever imagine for yourself. I am living testimony of aligning and living His dream. So let's talk about the right moves for that. I've been thinking a lot about how much of your lives have already been spent grappling with the extreme complex issues of our time, because you are the generation that is forced to depend on body cams to obtain justice. And even then, accountability, as we've seen again and again, can be so hard to come by. You witnessed the storming of the Capitol and the death of civility. You're acutely aware that voting rights are being gutted. The climate is changing. The LGBTQ community, LGBT plus community is under attack. The Cold War is back. The leaders are behaving like children. The children are being gunned down by military-grade assault rifles. We live on a planet where there is more than enough wrong to keep you busy trying to make things right for the rest of your natural life. But I believe Tennessee has a couple of Justins just a few miles from here who would respectfully disagree. Everybody always thinks you got to go do something big and grand. You start by being good to at least one other person every single day. That's how you begin to change the world, by just being good to one other person. It doesn't matter if it's a member of your tribe or a stranger on the street. I'm here to tell you that a little act of compassion can be a lifesaver for somebody who receives it, but also for you who offers it. Just extend yourself in love and kindness to somebody. And as my dear friend Maya always said, love recognizes no barriers. It jumps hurdles, it leaps fences, it penetrates walls to arrive at its destination full of hope. There'll be times when you get to your wits' end, but there's another old proverb that says, when you get to your wits' end, remember that's where God lives. And I'm just not talking about older generations. Your generation has masked up and locked down for a pandemic that ravaged the world. You, my TSU friends, have trained for complicated times. And I don't care how hard life after college gets, and it's gonna get hard. What dream are you one or two steps away from? We need high standards and open minds and untamed imagination. That's how I've gotten through every challenge without being overwhelmed, by asking, what is the next right move?